Breaking news, Hugh Jackson, Todd Haley out in Cleveland.
Cheer, Cleveland, you guys are free. You're finally free now.
What is up, know-it-alls? Welcome back to another NFL video. Me and Joey, we're going to break down this breaking news of Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson being fired by the Cleveland Browns.
They were stuffed into a cannon, shot off, and now all of Cleveland is free.
Now they're just free. Spreading their wings.
Spreading their wings, and they're going to fly. Dave, what do you think about the move? What do you think?
I am very, very, very upset with this move. I mean,
really?
Yeah, like I have a lot to say about this subject. It just further proves that the Cleveland Browns are the most dysfunctional and most sporadic franchise in like sports history potentially at this point. Do you get what I'm saying? So you like, of course, like everyone looks like if you have no context, you see that they're 2-5-1, and the coach and the OC, which the offensive coordinator Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson, they're like having rifts between each other, and there was issues and hard knocks, and they've always had issues. And they're 2-5-1, so it makes sense. Like, oh yeah, we should get rid of them, fire them. But let's go back a little bit with Hugh Jackson. This guy in his first 2 years, he had one win. He literally went 1-15, 0-16 in his first 2 years. You didn't get rid of him.
That win too. He cried like he won the Super Bowl.
I know. You didn't get rid of him then. Like after he won one game in 2 seasons, you didn't get rid of him then, John Dorsey. Yeah. Like that, he's the issue right now. Like John Dorsey should be fired for this because. Yeah. So all right, so. Basically, what was the margin for error for this season? Like, you don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to fire Todd Haley. We just signed over the offseason, and I'm going to fire my coach that's won one game in the last 2 years when he already doubled in the first 8 games. He doubled his win total.
It is so crazy that this is Hugh Jackson's best season with the Browns.
He doubled his win total.
And 1 tie.
And it's not like they've been getting blown out. They've been competitive. Like, against the Steelers opening week, they tied. They could have won that game against Oakland. They easily could have won that game. They kind of got screwed over at the rest at the end of that game. That should have been another win. So they've been extremely competitive. So it brings me back to my point of when they were on Hard Knocks, and we had videos about this too, and I said, this team is talented. For once, they're finally exciting. And I was like, I think they could win like 6 games. They could go 6-10. And that is a drastic improvement. Everyone's like, oh, playoffs. I'm like, yo, you chill. This isn't a playoff team. But to go from 1 win in 2 years to 6 wins in 1 year is a massive improvement.
It's a big step.
Yeah, that'd be huge. And that'd be great for Hugh Jackson. And it'd be great for the franchise. And like, so I don't know what the expectation was for this year, because right now they're on pace. They would probably...
They're exceeding expectations.
That's what I'm saying. They would probably get 6 wins if they just kept the same regime. So obviously this is something that's been premeditated. John Dorsey and the front office have been knowing that they've been looking to move these guys ever since, well, I mean, I don't know how long Todd Haley, because he just got there this offseason, but Hugh Jackson for the past 3 years. So you went into the season already knowing that you already kind of are like unsure about this dude, right? So what happened in the first 8 weeks that made you to believe that he was not the coach for you and the offensive coordinator? Like, what more could they have done?
I would have kept Haley. I don't know why they got rid of Haley, man.
I know. What more could they have done to keep their job? They've been competitive. They were doing well. And I thought they've made drastic improvements. So my biggest point of all this is you have Baker Mayfield, the #1 overall pick. If you knew, because again, you had to have known that you weren't sure about this guy. If you had any doubt in your mind about Hugh Jackson, you should have fired him before the season, before the preseason, before you drafted Baker Mayfield. Because now, congratulations, Cleveland. You've literally officially made Baker Mayfield a rookie twice. Next year, he's going to be a rookie again because he's going to have a brand new coach. He's going to have a brand new offensive scheme. He's going to have to learn a brand new thing. It's literally like, I don't know how worse you can handle a situation by...
The Browns, listen, if you're a fan of like a really bad team like the Giants or something like that, like, you can always just look at the Browns and feel a little bit better about yourself, I feel like. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, what was the straw that broke the camel's back? Like,
exactly.
Like, he's having, obviously, a bad year overall, but better with the 2 wins and 1 loss. But, I mean, he should have never, like you said, he should have never been in this season anyway. We all knew it, like, everyone watching from the outside in. Hugh Jackson is not a head coach. He is not someone that you want, you know, at the top of the food chain.
We talk about it all the time. I think he's a great offensive coordinator, but not a head coach.
He's just one of those guys where he's just better as a coordinator. He can't handle the head coaching position.
Yes.
And now that, you know, Cleveland is free of it, like even though they did do it a little dysfunctionally, like it's a weird time to fire him. But the fact of the matter is that he's gone. They can try to get I don't know what coach they're going to bring in, but I know it's going to be better than Hugh Jackson. There's no way you could go from Hugh Jackson to worse. And I think, you know, Baker Mayfield, like, those report came out that when he heard that Hugh Jackson got fired, he wasn't too upset about it. He's like, oh, all right, cool. I'm free of this guy now. Like, he wasn't.
That guy's a baller. I feel like he doesn't care. He's just there to play football.
No, you can put Baker Mayfield in any situation. I feel like he'll be like there's some like systems that he's gonna really thrive in, but most systems like he's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But I feel like no matter who they bring in next year, Baker Mayfield is gonna go off. I mean, he already has the confidence. He has the skill. Like.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're crippling him for his second year because now he's got to learn a brand new. Like, it's like he's a rookie all over again. You know?
You know what? He's a number 1 overall pick for a reason. You know, you drafted him that high because you believe that he can like handle a playbook. It doesn't matter if it's brand new or whatever. And like I said, he's got that confidence. He's got that leadership quality. I feel like, you know, the whole locker room, I feel like already loves him. Moving forward with new head coach. I mean, Cleveland, they've made a right move. Getting rid of Hugh Jackson was a big must, and they did it. So kudos to them.
It was, but it was 8 weeks too late.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like, listen, why even start?
I agree with you about that, but like,
why start the season with him? I mean, what did he have to go 6-2 to keep his job? Because you knew he wasn't going to go 6-2.
I don't know. I think something must have happened recently where he just lost the locker room even more than I feel like he never really had the locker room. Like, what players were really? I've never heard of a player really come out and support him. Something must have happened behind closed doors where he just lost the locker room and the owner was just like, all right, it's enough. Enough is enough. We already knew this guy was never gonna last here long term, so let's just fire him right now.
Yeah, and why Todd Haley too? That makes no sense because everyone was like, oh, Todd Haley should be the head coach. Everyone wanted him to be like
pretty decent as an offensive coordinator. Like, I don't know why you would get rid of him.
He's been there for 4 months. Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah. It's just very frustrating. Like, if you're a Cleveland Brown, I feel for you Cleveland Browns fans. Like, it is very frustrating. But here's like the last.
It's a tough time in Cleveland these days. The Cavs are ass. The Browns.
Oh my gosh.
Up a little bit, but you know.
Dude, Cleveland might go 0-82. The Cavaliers, but and they just fired Tyler. Everyone is getting fired in Cleveland.
In the can.
Kevin
Love's out for like a month now.
Every head coach is out in Cleveland. So last point I want to make about this, and I want to get your take on it. So remember in Hard Knocks. I'm thinking, because remember how I was saying, like, why did you wait till now to fire Hugh Jackson?
No next time that they're going to get rid of him.
Yeah, why not do it back then? And I kind of have a little bit of, like, an inkling of, like, maybe why they didn't get rid of him. Remember in Hard Knocks, like, a month before Hard Knocks started, his, like, grandma died or something.
Oh, they didn't want to fire him because...
And then, like, a week later, his mom died. It was, like, within the same month, he had, like, 2 close family deaths. So I'm kind of thinking, like, I think they kind of were like, oh, we really want to fire him.
Can't do this to this guy. He's going to be too depressed, you know?
Yeah, dude. Like,
drive him straight to the bottle.
You can't freaking fire someone right after his mom dies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it. Like, I was sort of thinking that as well. But, and we know how, like, some shady sometimes organizations can be. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much merit I put into it, but it's definitely something to note.
I personally hope that that's the reason. I hope that John Dorsey just didn't figure this out after this loss against, like, oh, hey, he sucks now. We need to move on. Like, dude, come on. You should have known that a while ago.
Yeah, it's so crazy how, like, I mean, everyone outside like the organization, like, we're a bunch of just armchair GMs right now, and we all have, like, an opinion, but, like, I think all of like NFL fans knew that Hugh Jackson wasn't the guy.
Yeah.
Like, how could everyone think it, but like you guys don't think it? Like, what are you seeing in him?
Yeah. I don't know. 8 weeks too late, in my opinion. But yeah. That is the video, guys. As always, like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you think. Do you think that Hugh Jackson should have gotten fired? Do you think he should have gotten fired in the beginning of the season, or you think he should still be the coach?
I don't think anyone is going to argue that, oh yeah, Hugh Jackson should have kept his job.
Maybe, you never know. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We post daily videos of various sports topics. And we are out of here, guys. That is the video.
All right, everyone. All right. Peace
we will
out.
see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
Deuce.